does this fit with your advocacy of reducing strategic miscalculation through understanding each other's narratives? How should academics in both countries construct a cognitive framework across civilizations?
That's a great question. And I know about the Global Civilization Initiative. I don't know the details about it. I think it's rather abstract. But the general principle, I most certainly support, both at the government level and also at the societal level. The fact that President Xi Jinping and President Trump have not met, and to the best of my knowledge, had one brief phone call after Trump's inauguration, I think does not serve the interests of my country, and I don't think it serves the interest of China. I know that there was a backlash to the tariffs. I understand that. I understand there's been a rallying around the flag effect here in China that Trump has done. I've seen even some of the cartoons about how Trump is making China great again. I get that. But I also think we are the two most important countries in the world. We are the two great powers in the international system. Yes, there are other powers, but the United States and China are the two most important. And therefore, I think it's incumbent on both leaders and their governments to have more dialogue. I do not like the fact that the presidents are not speaking, but even at lower levels, there's been very little interaction. And I think that needs to change because, again, it may not lead to cooperation, it may not lead to new tariff deals, but at least it'll lead to mutual understanding. And the Geneva negotiations is a positive sign, but now we need to build on that because tariffs are not the only issue in U.S.-China relations. It's an important issue, but it's not the only issue. So I want to see constructive dialogue between the governments on all the issues in U.S.-China relations. But I also, to your point about society-to-society contacts, we also need to expand those. They're not sufficient, in my view. There were more 10 years ago compared to today. And I want your experts on the United States to come to the United States, to study the United States, and to be smart about the United States. Because I think that serves the national interests of my country. I want your experts on America to be as expert as they can be. So I think we should expand that. We should provide visas to those scholars. But to real academics, we need more of your American specialists in my country. And conversely, we need more of our China experts in the United States to spend more time here in China. I am not an expert on China. I don't claim to be. But I come here frequently because I know that China is the most important. There's the United States and China. It's one of the two great superpowers in the world. And so we have to understand each other. And every time I come here, I was here last just 12 months ago, the amount of change that happens just in 12 months is quite extraordinary. So in order for us to understand each other, we have to have more connectivity between professors. But then finally, I want to emphasize, we need more students to come from China to the United States. And yes, it's fine for them to study computer science, but I also want them to study international relations. I want them to study political science. I want them to study history, because I think having more students who understand America is good for my country. And I also want more American students to study here at your Chinese universities, because we need to train the new cadre of China experts, and you can only do that by coming to this country. You just can't do it by asking ChatGPT questions about China. You have to come and experience and learn the language and interact with Chinese society, individuals, students, professors. Doesn't mean you have to agree with them. I'm not saying that, but you just have to understand their perspective. So I hope we can continue to expand that, because in my view, the level of connectivity right now is too low.